So on this wild card Wednesday, it's the first one. I'm gonna be doing themes for each day. Tomorrow is Toddler Tips Thursday. So for this wild card Wednesday, which means that whatever be popping up in my mind randomly, that's what I'm gonna put on Wednesday. I was actually listening to an interview earlier that was talking about 7 levels deep, talking about thinking about your why behind what you do. And so then that made me think about my why. And I was like, you know what? I'll do a video on that. So you can have like the behind the scenes, the quick version, behind the scenes of the person behind my packed life, and why I do, like why I chose to be an entrepreneur and why I picked the niche in regards to helping single Black moms with ADHD who want to start an entrepreneurship. Is because that is me. That is me. And I wanted to help other women who were just like me, who didn't know, like, you want to be an entrepreneur, but you don't know how, you don't know what you're going to do. You don't know what you don't know in regards to all the technology, how it's even going to run, anything like that. I wanted to help them out. Because just because you don't know and you're confused doesn't mean that you shouldn't embark on the passion and the drive that is inside of you, the dream that God put inside of you. It doesn't mean that you should not do that. It's just you got to figure out how to learn it, or you just have to learn it so you can be able to act on that dream. So I wanted to, I just kind of like dove into it. I didn't really like dive into it because I've been off and on doing it, but for years, start and stop for years. But this year this year is why I say like I kind of dove into it, because it was like full head on, full time type deal. So and that is when I've had the most the most self-discovery in this whole journey. And that's when, like, I knew I didn't know stuff, but I didn't know how much I didn't know until I started doing it. And even though, like, from the years of me like doing it before, it still wouldn't even be the same information as now, because that was years ago, before all this technology and everything else like popped off. So I still would have had to like learn it and everything else. And actually I would have went in a different direction then. So it's kind of good that I didn't do it then, because I wouldn't have the knowledge to be able to take it where I truly do want it to go, to where it is internet based. So like internet marketing, digital marketing, helping people online. So I'm not stuck in a location. So it's actually better that it didn't work out before and I didn't know what I was doing. But in regards to like the why behind that, the deeper root of it, I guess you can say, in regards to why I want to be an entrepreneur and why I want to, so I'll tackle kind of like 3 points of it. So why I want to help women, help single moms. It actually, so in the broad sense, I love helping people, but just kind of like niching it down, like who are you going to help, and how are you going to help them? But I love helping people, and it brings me pure joy. And whenever I am talking to somebody and they're like giving me their testimony of like how I helped them, whether big or small, it doesn't matter. But just making their life easier with whatever they were doing. They were like, hey, this was a struggle of mine, and then you helped me. Like, that brings me pure joy. I have no other word to say for it except for like, it brings me pure joy to where I cannot like control my smiling. Like it inside, I don't have the words, but it's just like inside, it's just joy. Like it's a simple word, but it's the emotion that I feel whenever I'm helping people. And so because I know that is what hits me, like it touches me to where you cannot reach. So that's why I picked the niche that I picked, and why I do what I do. but also at the same time, so too, of why I wanted to be an entrepreneur. Because when it comes to like salary, if you're working for a company, and it doesn't matter if you're like high up on the list and you have a high salary, either way, you're still capped. And I didn't want to be capped in the sense of like, I want time freedom and financial freedom because of all of the things that I want to do, like for me and for Zakira. Like she has a very brilliant, inquisitive mind, and I don't want her to be limited due to my finances with the resources of being able to get the knowledge to excel in the way that she needs to excel to get to where she wants to go. Like the thing is that if she has the knowledge behind, like the resources to be able to let her mind go, she will be unstoppable. She will be unstoppable. And I want to provide that for her. Like I want to, I want her to be unstoppable, and I want to be able to provide that avenue for her. That's not really the right words, but that's what we're gonna go with for now. So, and then like the time freedom for me, and then even like, so going back to like the financial freedom, of like just in general, like, and then it kind of ties with the time freedom. So if she's learning about the Wall of China, and so it's something it does something to your brain to where it sticks better in learning when you see in real life what you're learning. At least for me, it does. Which is why, like, whenever people are talking to me and they're telling me something, I always, like, in my mind, my imagination, like, I'm always envisioning what they're saying. So that's why sometimes, like, when somebody's telling me something, I find it more funny. Because whatever I'm envisioning, like, it's super funny. So, but for me, when it comes to learning, when I can actually see what it is that I'm learning, it sticks. That is why the Magic School Bus is, and now and forever will be, like, one of my favorite books. Like, now it's on TV, so I'm like, it's on TV. But like the books, I learned so much from the Magic School Bus. And I'm just like, that is my favorite, because when you're learning about, in school, we were learning about body parts. I didn't remember what the heck they were talking about. And then when I read the book, when they were talking about the body parts, like when she went into the body, I think it was when Arnold, when he was sick, and I was learning about that stuff. I don't know if his name was Arnold or not. I know it was the boy with the glasses and the red hair. But see, it's like stuff, I probably haven't read that since I was, before I even hit double digits. And the fact that it's, or maybe early double digits, but the fact that I am as old as I am, 41, the fact that I am as old as I am and I still remember that should tell you, like, it sticks in my head. And so when I was reading it, I was like, oh, like it just clicked to where I was like, oh, now this makes sense. So then I was able to retain the information of learning the insides of your body and what it does and all this other stuff. So it's like that type of learning that worked for me, that I want to be able to do with, I thought she fell asleep. I want to be able to do with Zakira, to where when she's learning, because I'm going to be homeschooling her, when she's learning about stuff, I want to just go and show her, like, what it is that she's learning, the environment and the culture and everything else, like whatever it is that she's learning, I want her to be able to see that in real life, so it will stick. And so, of course, you're going to have the finances and the time to be able to do that. And then so like the root of it, it all kind of like stems down to, well, I'm not going to say the root of it, but it's just, it all kind of dwindles down to like the time freedom is the main bigger portion of it all, the time freedom. For me to be supportive, for me, my mom being that supportive parent that was there for all of my games, all of my activities, when she was a stay-at-home mom and she was there for all of it, it has shaped me to be the person that I am. It built my confidence because I knew I had that person that had my back. And I want to be that for Zakira. I want to be that supportive mom that will have her back, that will be there for all of her events, cheering her on. I want to be like that. From that habit or that characteristic that I learned from my mom, I want to be that as well for her. If that, I think I said that wrong, but it doesn't matter. The point is, you get what I'm saying. So the time freedom to be able to do that and to be that and not be constricted because I have to go to a job and I have to like request time off. Even if it's like with tech, if I had to do a W-2, it would be in tech. That field is, I would be in tech. And then a lot of the tech jobs, that's unlimited PTO, but you still have to request the time off. I don't want to have to request the time off. I want to just, hey, and I'm very spontaneous. Like with my ADHD brain and me like wanting to do this and this and this and this and this and being so like interested in everything, and the spontaneity of like, you know what, I just want to go ahead and do it. My favorite trips were the like trips that I've taken, whether international or even just domestic. Those were the trips that I was able to just go and just be and explore. And so, and that all comes down to having the time freedom. So that like, I love that. And I want that for the rest of my life. And so that is why I do what I do, because I care about people. I want to help them. I want to be there and support Zakira. And I have to have the finances to be able to do that. But it all stems down to having the time freedom to be able to do all of that.